accountants and advisors, we are here to help you solve your China business pain points. In today's episode, we're going to look at a very common pain point, which is companies that need to move into bigger office spaces because they are growing. Now, this episode is going to go into more technical details because there are legal and tax consequences around moving office spaces. So I would love to use an example for this episode. Let's say you have incorporated your company in Shanghai and you have your registered office address in Huangpu district. And you now want to move to a bigger office space because you're growing headcount, you need more capacity, etc. This is all well and good. Now, if you decide to move to a bigger office space within Huangpu district, actually, the only thing you have to think about is a legal consequence, which is you have to re-register your registered office address. So it means you have to go to the government bureaus and notify them of your new formal registered office address. If, however, you decide that in Huangpu district, there is no space that is available or suitable enough that fits your needs to give the branding impression you're looking for, etc., or it's just cost prohibitive, and you need to move districts. So you have to move from Huangpu district to Jing'an district, for example. This is where legal and tax consequences occur. In this situation, not only do you have to formally notify the Ministry of Commerce that you are moving districts, but you also have to formally notify your Huangpu Tax Bureau office that you are going to be moving offices. They will then let you know that you have to do a closure audit in the Huangpu Tax District to then reopen with the Jing'an Tax Bureau. And for this period of tax closure audit and closing and reopening, it could take between 8 to 12 weeks to get that process done, which ultimately means it could affect your revenue because you might not be able to purchase fapiaos, allowing you to be able to issue them to customers, meaning you might not be able to generate revenue for this period. Because as you know, in the accounting standards within China, revenue is only booked once the fapiao is issued. So this leads to whole dilemmas. People make the assumption that, like in the Western world, you can just move from one office space to another office space. In China, that's not feasible, especially if you're moving from one district to another district. In addition to all of that, if you also are looking to expand into a bigger office space outside of Shanghai in another city, this can also lead into other consequences because you can't just pick up your company from Shanghai and move it, let's say, to Beijing or Wuxi or Nanjing. These are separate legal jurisdictions. You've incorporated your company in Shanghai, that's where your company stays unless you decide to liquidate it. If you plan on expanding into other cities, this is where then you have to actually establish a branch office over there in order to be able to register it, legalize it, formalize it, and operate it. So moving into a bigger office space, it's not just the headache of thinking, I need a real estate agent now to take me around, to visit offices. I have to organize the relocation. I have to organize the packing up of the office equipment, notifying the staff that we're moving to one space to another. The fear that perhaps you might have employee turnover because they're not happy to be moving from one district to another district. There's all of that you have to consider as well. But on top of everything else, you have to think about the legal and tax consequences that are associated. So if you do have any questions or need any business advice around moving office spaces, moving from one district to another district, thinking about moving from one city to another city, or even ultimately expanding and growing your branch network of companies from one location to several locations, then do reach out to us. I'm going to provide you the link to our calendars. You can book in a free 15-minute discovery call where we will look at your current pain points and see whether we at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors can help you. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, then please do like it. That will help us gain more viewers. In addition, subscribe to our channel if you are interested in learning more about doing business in China, China insights, and ultimately how to solve your pain points that might pop up along your China journey. And if you want to learn more about what I do or what we do at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors, you can head to our website at woodburnglobal.com. Have a wonderful day. Take care and goodbye.